Today I'm going to show you everything you need to know about the Elixir Golem. That being said, let's get started. The Elixir Golem is essentially a 3 elixir tank that splits up into 2 different waves. Since it has so much waves, it also has a bunch of health. This card essentially gives you the most health per elixir in the game. But that being said, there is a drawback to this. When the Elixir Golem blobs are completely destroyed, you will give your opponent back 4 elixir. This is a negative elixir trade, but what you're trying to do is you're trying to get your opponent to spend more elixir, countering your push than it is worth. Most of the times this will not happen, but you have to try your best to kind of get your opponent to spend elixir in order to defend. If you're trying to defend against Elixir Golem, I would highly recommend spending all of your elixir trying to defend against it. If you try to rush your other lane, you are going to regret it since the Elixir Golem gives so much value and they will end up streak crowning you. Essentially, you start with this one golem with 1200 health. When this one golem breaks apart, you get these 2 little golems, each with 600 health. These little golems do a little bit more damage per second than the big golem does, so essentially they are a little bit more deadlier. But once these golemites are defeated, they break them to blobs, each with 300 health. These blobs are super deadly if left alone since they do so much damage per second. But these are not too much of a threat because you can use splash troops to defend against them pretty easily. You don't ever want to send the Elixir Golem alone, since the Elixir Golem is fairly weak by itself. 3 skeletons can practically cripple it, giving your opponent a ton of elixir, so you do not want to send the Elixir Golem alone. The Elixir Golem is weak against heavy splashers. Stuff like Sparky, Mega Knight, Bowler, Executioner will be able to take out Elixir Golem fairly easily. So, essentially, those are the best troops to defend against it. If you can't pull the Elixir Golem is pretty much guaranteed a ton of damage, so buildings are usually helpful against taking out the Elixir Golem. The best building to take care of Elixir Golem is probably the bottom tower, because it has a bunch of health and it does splash damage, so it is really good against the Elixir Golem. Also, Swarm Troops work pretty good against the Elixir Golem, since it just melts the Elixir Golem. But you have to remember, your opponent probably has some sort of spell, so I would not rely on swarms. Also, when defending against Elixir Golem, I would highly recommend not using spells. The only spells that I would use are probably spells under 3 elixir, since if you use a fireball against the blobs, essentially you're just canceling out that positive elixir trade and just gave them a free fireball into your own tower. And no one wants that. And that's basically everything you need to know about the Elixir Golem. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new here, do consider subscribing. If you found this video helpful, give it a like. And that being said, I will see you guys all in the next video. Bye-bye.